weeks. So buckle up. Joining me now from Nashville is Kurt Bardella, a former Breitbart spokesman. All right, Kurt. So I was just reading a piece in the Daily Beast that described your reaction when Bannon came to town. A pretty harsh assessment, including your saying in this piece in the Daily Beast that you actually heard Bannon make racially insensitive or maybe even racist statements. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, Joy, thanks for having me on. And this really speaks to a culture and an environment. And let me be clear, this wasn't an isolated incident or something said in jest. I'm talking about an ongoing pattern of behavior, of conduct and rhetoric, and that really gave you a glimpse into the type of worldview that he has. And it's incredibly disturbing and troubling that that's the type of person that Donald Trump, as president of the United States, we want to have advising him, being one of his right-hand men, helping make decisions, helping lead, helping manage people. This is someone who routinely makes irate, profanity-laced phone calls directed at his staff when he's unhappy with something that might be going on. And it's just, anyone who didn't like working for Corey Lewandowski in the Trump campaign earlier, that's going to seem like a dream compared to what they're in store for right now. And if you thought that the relationship that the media had with Trump to this point was combative, it's going to be that on steroids now.
Can you take us a little bit inside the kind of Breitbart worldview? Because it does seem that inside that bubble, they have a sense that their base is much bigger than maybe those of us outside the bubble think it is. Do they really believe that a majority, at least of white Americans, agree with them on these issues about Muslims, about immigrants? Do they think that their view is a majority view?
I don't think that they think it's a majority view. I think that they've done a very potent job of tapping into those sentiments that exist in a largely small but vocal minority that exists in our constituencies right now, and have tapped into that broader issue right now that many Americans feel that Washington overall has abandoned them, that things aren't happening, progress isn't being made, and they like to kind of put their finger on the dial and turn the rhetoric up, which aligns very much with how Donald Trump conducts business and conducts himself on the campaign trail. And that way, their styles are aligned, but just from an overall standpoint of where the American people are, that's not where the majority of the American people are right now. That's not what most people believe. And it's incredibly troubling that they're going to try to play to the worst among us to try to win a presidential election.
And Robert Costa, who's a Washington Post reporter and an MSNBC contributor, has been reporting that Bannon essentially has been telling Donald Trump that the rest of the campaign needs to be a bare-knuckles brawl, a full-bore populism, movement politics, basically what Donald Trump, in his internal id, at least if you believe the other reporting, really wants to do deep down. Do you believe that with Bannon in charge of this campaign, we're going to see it essentially become Breitbart.com?
Oh, there's no doubt that really the saying Trump Bart is really being brought to life right now. And all that we're seeing is really the codification of something that's been going on for a very long time. Steve would talk very openly about how he was in constant contact with the campaign, had daily conversations with the candidate Donald Trump. What we're seeing now is just the stamp being put on it that it's official, but it's exactly what's been happening for a long time. And Steve's been one of those voices who's been telling Donald, hey, things aren't going well, here's why. You need to go back to being yourself. Let Trump be Trump. Go back to what worked for you in the primary. Don't apologize. Don't back down. Just say whatever comes to your mind and play off of those emotions that he brings out in people. It's going to make for a very interesting first presidential debate to see how Trump conducts himself, fully embracing that kind of style and approach.
Yeah, that will be interesting indeed. Kurt Bardella, thanks so much. Really appreciate having you here.
Thanks for having me.